Yo, what's up, folks? SK here, and today we are going to take a look at and break down what we saw with the Final Fantasy 16 trailer. Now, I was not expecting Final Fantasy 16 to be dropping anytime soon, since 15 just came out so recently. And I mean, when they announced 15 for the first time, it was versus 13, and that was what 10 years prior to its release. So this is very unexpected to me, and I'm super hype about it now that I know about it. And I really didn't think it was going to be coming this soon. But this might just be an announcement. We never know. This might be another Versus 13 all over again, where it might end up being 17. A whole nother game comes out in between. We don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this video real quick, and we're going to watch the trailer, and then we're going to go ahead and break it down from what we saw, as well as what we heard.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
How do we even know the girl will be among us?
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
Sergeant, let's summon their icon.
Icon? That thing's a bloody mountain!
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
What does it matter? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
So, they're sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
It's the Archduke's son.
Phoenix.
Joshua! Stop this!
Second life on a fire. But that's impossible.
The legacy of the crystals has shaped our history. For long enough. I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
Alright, so, first of all, wow, I really did not expect this to happen, like I said before. Now, from gathering what I'm seeing here, looks like it's gonna be like the Four Warriors thing, which I'm not really sure. Seeing some of the gameplay, like there's a little bit of single player going on there. I'm not sure how I feel about that because Final Fantasy's always been a party game, you know. But looks like right now they're going by the original summons names, but the summoners that are going to be able to summon them are going to be called dominants, I guess. I'm not sure if that's like if that's what that's supposed to mean. I'm guessing dominants are the people that are able to summon the what we usually get as summons or aeons or whatever from, we call them in Final Fantasy X. And we already have Titan right there, as we saw, which is great. We have Shiva right here going back to one of her oldest forms, which is awesome. Like, I don't mind the Shiva sisters. I don't mind, like, you know, giant Shiva. I don't mind multiple Shivas. But the original form Shiva is kind of a nostalgic feeling. Now, I'm not sure what the deal is with this kid, but apparently he's like, I guess, the centerpiece of the story, or centerpiece of part of the story. And he has some type of healing firepower, which they reference him as the Phoenix later on, which I'm just like, I've never seen a Phoenix in one of the Final Fantasy summons. Maybe I'm not remembering far back enough. Maybe I need to go back and check Final Fantasy 1 through 5 again. But this is a lot of single player fights here, and you see blood, bro. This is like some Dark Souls level style stuff right here. The fighting is a little bit faster. There's a giant Marlboro. I hate Marlboros for my life. I really do. They poison, confuse, blind, mute, and everything. So you can't do anything when you fight them. I hate them. I really do. It's a Battle of the Realms, a battle for the crystals again. So we know it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be one of the Warriors of Light style storylines, which I'm okay with the Warrior Light style storyline. Sent in a dragoon after him, which I'm just like, wow, that's powerful. First of all, we get a straight up dragoon. We don't get, like, you know, someone as a dragoon, like one of the characters as a dragoon. We get an actual dragoon class, like an actual dragoon knight. These fights seem really dynamic to me, to be honest. Like, they're actually like open fights. And once again, the blood. This is probably gonna be rated M, to be honest. Not gonna lie to you. Now I'm kind of wondering what he's doing here with these arm swipes and stuff like that when it comes to these powers, because it's like he's channeling some power. And here's the Phoenix I was talking about earlier. Now, right here, he says something like a second fire archon or a second fire icon. Or second archon of fire, second icon of fire. So I'm guessing that the summons are called archons or icons. Archons make sense based on the Greek, based on Greek mythology and Greek hierarchy. And icons, I guess, make sense because, you know, they're iconic. They're iconic monsters. But yeah, actually there was a Phoenix in the summons from before. So that does make sense now. Alright. So we've seen Ifrit-ish. I'm guessing Ifrit is going to be the name. I'm not really sure. They've changed his name a few times. They've changed his artwork a few times. He was Belial in Final Fantasy 12, I believe it was. And he had a different look and everything. But this looks like to be Ifrit, to be honest. Hopefully they're going with the original names of some of these monsters. Some of these summons, or archons. I'm guessing archons is going to be a thing. And right here looks like it's going to be a shift between time thing as well. Which I'm hoping, we're going to pause right here. I'm hoping they don't do the thing they did with Final Fantasy 15, where you get like almost to the end of the game, or you get to like a turning point in the game, and they shift you completely towards the end of the game with like skipping a whole bunch of story, and then they give it back to you as DLC. I really hope they don't do that again this time. That kind of frustrated me with Final Fantasy 15, especially with the game that took so long to develop, and then they decided to release it and called it finished when it was released. And then they went back and gave us the DLC. It's just like, that was frustrating. But I lost my talking point on this one. Anyway, it looks like they're doing like a shifting like between time thing here, which I'm more or less on the high side, low side on this one. I don't like the whole time jump storyline unless it makes the story make sense, which it usually does, but with Final Fantasy 15 it really didn't, because we skipped so much information, like how Ignis got blinded and all this, just a bunch of crazy stuff. Like, if you haven't gotten that far in Final Fantasy 15, it's not even spoilers at this time. You're just way behind. But I mean, they're doing a time jump here. You've seen he has like this mark on his face, which means he's either he's exiled or he's part of a special militia or something. But you saw he was with four of them, and they had the mark on their face as well, which means they're probably like this band of brotherhoods, which I'm not sure how close they are. They seem like they were following orders rather than, you know, just fighting for a cause. They seem like they were just straight up following orders. So we don't know what this mark on their face means. It has a slash to it, which means they probably are cut off from something. So we're just gonna go ahead and speculate that this is like some organization that is going ahead to fight against a certain cause or something like that. But of course, as always, the ending, the box art for Final Fantasy will always look immaculate. I want to get the digital version of the PlayStation 5, but the box art for Final Fantasy makes me want to get the physical version, just because I love having the box art to look at. To be honest, I'm a box art collector of Final Fantasy games. I love the box art for Final Fantasy games. Just the way the art is, just the way like it tells so much of a story in between, you know, what's going on the picture here. And just because it shows the Phoenix and the Ifrit means that this is going to be a struggle between the Phoenix and Ifrit, like how it was on Final Fantasy 13. It showed the I forgot what I didn't have the box art for 13 because I don't have my Xbox anymore, but I had it for Xbox 360. Sorry, that was I had a dark period in time, but yeah, that was the box art for that showed the ending of the game pretty much. Like it showed what was the deal with the ending of the game, and it foreshadowed what was supposed to come. And when you got to the end and you saw it, you look at the box and you be like, "Oh my god!" And that's how they do it. Like they give you like these little subtle hints with the box arts, and I love that they do that. But yeah, this has just been wow, one big thing to me. I really didn't know this was coming. I'm loving every moment of it. My problem is they didn't give us a release date, and oh god, no release date means they could take from now until the next 10 years, and I don't want to be 40 something or 30 something by the time they like late 30s when they finish releasing this. Like, I mean, I'll still play it, of course, because I'm a gamer, but I don't want to be so old when the next game comes out. Like, by the time they release a Final Fantasy VR game, we're gonna be 80. We're gonna be in our 80s, bro. Oh god, it's gonna hurt. Anyway, yeah, that's just everything I've seen in the video. There are a lot of little things I did want to point out, but and a lot of little things I did point out that hopefully gets like, you know, a little bit of talking points going between people that love Final Fantasy games like I do. I'm excited. One thing that really did trick me was there was a tech test for Sony's, I think it was one of their engines, and actually we'll go ahead and look for it right now. Hold on. Sorry, I said Sony, but this was a Square Enix tech demo, a real-time tech demo for Final Fantasy. It was called Agnes Philosophy Final Fantasy real-time tech demo. Now, I'm not sure what happened to this, if this was actually going to be a thing, if this is a storyline they're going to work on for the future, or what, or if there's like this is something they just went ahead and threw away. But this is something I thought that was going to be the next Final Fantasy. This is what I thought was going to be Final Fantasy 16, maybe Final Fantasy 17. Who knows? Final Fantasy Versus 16. We're still going with that idea. We're not going with that idea. So I thought I was going to be able to add the tech demo into this video, but it turns out I wasn't able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description for you guys. If you guys want to go check that out and see if you remember that as well as I did. The video is actually there. It actually exists. So go ahead and check that out. It's going to be in the description. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the future. I am hyped about Final Fantasy 16. I was going to say 15 again. Hopefully it doesn't take as long as 15 to develop. But yeah, the hype is here. PS5 is here. And I'll see you guys in the future. Peace.